Hi Scorpio, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for February. I hope everybody's well. I do want to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Scorpio out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, Scorpio, just get in where you fit in. But as always, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Scorpio? Scorpio. Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, you're starting out with the Ten of Wands. You have the Emperor, and coming out together is the Nine of Wands with the Queen of Swords. Okay, so a lot of you guys are feeling a bit overwhelmed and burdened. It could have to do with work, particularly if you own a business or if you're a high-level manager or a person of authority. I do feel like, you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed with responsibilities right now. You could be trying to figure out where you need to put boundaries, especially if it's a long-standing situation, in order to move out of all of the feelings of being overwhelmed and the problems. How can you best overcome those problems by using boundaries or even cutting out something or someone that's not helpful to you? Now, with regard to feelings and emotions, there is somebody here you have some problems with. I definitely feel that you feel overwhelmed, not quite sure how to move forward, but you do want to take action. You do want to take control of the situation. And I do feel like you do have the boundaries that you need to do this. You're being very direct, very honest, and I feel like you have the tools necessary to overcome whatever these problems are. And again, I'm seeing this energy of, whatever this situation is, it's built up over time. And I'm seeing this energy of you overcoming these problems by using boundaries. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Scorpio's energy. Could be dealing with a Taurus. Show me who's in Scorpio's energy. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Hierophant, we have the Two of Wands reversed, and the Five of Wands reversed. So this could be within your job where you're experiencing these feelings of being overwhelmed, because the Hierophant can sometimes indicate like an institution or an established, like a church, a job, some sort of institution, something that's established. But for others of you, this person is in a relationship. That's commitment, okay? Now, I don't know if it's with you. It appears to be, but I'm not sure. I will say that this person has the Two of Wands here. So they're making a decision to do what? Well, to end some sort of conflict that is here between the two of you. They may be afraid of being cut out. So they're making a decision in order to end a conflict here. Let me see the energy between Scorpio and this person. Show me, thank you. The Ace of Wands. All right, so that's a very passionate beginning, but it's caused problems for you, Scorpio. And it could be that it's caused problems because this person is already in another commitment. There has been a very passionate, connection between the two of you. Let me see what's affecting this connection. Five of Cups in the reverse. A feeling of regret. Yeah. If you work with this person, you could be in a supervisory position over them. But Five of Cups in the reverse is affecting the situation, and that indicates that this person is looking back at the past, looking back at love lost, wondering if love is still present for them. You know, there's some regrets that are here. And this, for this person, it's regrets for decisions that were made. So let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome for Scorpio and this person. Show me the outcome. 3 of Cups. That's third-party energy, guys. Yeah, that's third-party energy. I feel like you want to talk to this person and work this out. I feel like they want to resolve the conflict as well. Yeah, it almost looks to me like there was a sexual encounter, perhaps, or a passionate new beginning that this person wasn't really at liberty to make. They have some regrets here. You could have been in a supervisory position. You want to work this out. They could be avoiding problems. This is indicating coming together in order to work this out, though, but it does, in this particular deck, it indicates three parties. Bottom of the deck is the Devil in the reverse. That's underlying energy, and it does indicate that there has been some toxic energy here, and that toxicity is being worked out. Now, you could be dealing with a Capricorn as well. So let's clarify. Spirit, what is the 10 of Wands here for Scorpio? Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups, and we have the 10 of Coins in the reverse. So you've walked away from the situation. It might have cost you financially, or you may be walking away from this because you may not have known that this person was in another connection. Regardless, this has been problematic, and you may have just recently ended something as well. I'm also seeing the energy here of people being non-supportive of this. There's a sense of disapproval from close friends or family, and that's causing you to feel really burdened. But I see you walking away from this person. Why is the Emperor here? Why is the Emperor here? Page of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles reversed. You may be going towards somebody new. Yeah, you may be going towards somebody new. I feel like you've walked away from this connection. You're kind of taking charge of your life. There's someone new here, and you may have decided that to move towards that new person. You may have some regrets for being involved with this person. Let me see the bottom energy for Scorpio. Justice in the reverse, Page of Wands reversed, and the 2 of Cups. Yeah, you feel that this is not a balanced situation. You feel wronged in some sense. So I'm wondering if this person wasn't on the up and up with you about their situation. I feel like you are trying to move past this. You're trying to overcome it, move past it. You do want love in your life. If this person reaches out to you, you're going to be very direct and very honest with them. You're going to tell them, look, this isn't a balanced situation. I don't feel like what's happening here is right. And I feel like you haven't actually right now been talking to this person. You definitely have options here, and you don't appear to be in a commitment. So I feel like, now you could have recently walked away from a commitment, a long-term commitment at that, and you may be recently separated or recently, because I see something about justice, something about legal matters that are not resolved. If you were a supervisor with this person, and this person worked with you, because for somebody out there that is the case, I do feel like you're going to try to work that out. Yeah, you're going to want to overcome any kind of legal issues with it. And in that case, you're feeling like the less said, the better. Let me see their energy here. Why is the Hierophant here? Why is the Hierophant here? Oh, Ten of Wands reversed, the Tower. This caused a Tower moment for this person. You walking away caused a Tower moment, and the Nine of Swords reversed. So yeah, you have the Ten of Wands in the upright. They have it in the reverse. So they're wanting to resolve the problems between the two of you because it caused a huge Tower moment for them. I feel like they're trying to behave like they're not worried, not upset about it, but this person is definitely upset, definitely worried. They want to resolve it in order to get rid of all that anxiety. This has caused a Tower moment here. There was a collapse of this situation because it wasn't built on a strong foundation. It was built on lust or on, you know, a passionate connection. Let me see why the Two of Wands is here in reverse. This person feels like everything is burning down around them. Five of Pentacles. Three of Swords reversed. There's the regret for their decisions. This person feels that they've been left out in the cold. They feel abandoned. They feel rejected. There's a sense of poverty here, or scarcity thinking. But yeah, this person has regrets. They have regrets for decisions made, and those decisions had to do with third-party energy. They are trying to heal from that now. Why is the Five of Wands in reverse? Yeah, this person didn't think something through, and it caused a lot of rejection, abandonment, pain. Ace of Swords. Six of Swords in the reverse. They want to work this out too. They haven't been able to get away from the chaos from this. So this person is going to be willing to talk to you. They're going to be willing to talk. They're going to be honest. They're going to be direct. They're going to want to resolve the conflicts that are here. So whatever's happened here, you both want to work it out. Let me see the energy between Scorpio and this person. Show me the energy between Scorpio and this person. Knight of Cups reversed. The Moon. Page of Swords reversed. And the Strength card. Yeah, this person, I feel like, approached you with a lot of lust and a lot of physical. There was a physical beginning here, but without the emotion. And they were keeping secrets. They weren't transparent about a previous commitment or a commitment that they were in. And it's caused a Tower moment in their life because it presented a problem for you because there were things here you didn't know. And once you found out about it, they may have even said, yeah, you know what, I'm separated from my wife or my husband. I'm getting a divorce. But what happened is you didn't know. And they weren't approaching you correctly. I'm really surprised I haven't seen the Seven of Swords. They were keeping things from you, and they were not approaching here in a very transparent manner. Let me put it that way. They were approaching more lustfully and less with feelings and emotions. Their emotions weren't tied up in this. Now that it caused a Tower moment, they want to resolve it. And it took some courage for you to walk away from this person. Yeah, I feel like, there were things here you just didn't know. Page of Swords reversed. This person omitted facts or openly lied. But it looks to me like you walked away from it and you're handling it, very directly. Why is this Five of Cups in reverse? All right, we have the Two of Wands reversed. Now that's in their energy. And then we have the Devil in reverse. Yeah. So you've made a decision. Two of Coins, Two of Wands, both in the reverse. You've made a decision. Some of you are moving towards someone else. You may have even developed some feelings for this person, but you feel like they didn't choose you. And they didn't. They didn't. They kind of left you out in the cold. They abandoned you. But they're over here crying and saying, yeah, maybe I did something wrong, but when you walked away from me, you rejected me, you abandoned me. But I feel like you didn't have much choice in the matter. Now, I feel like you do have some regrets for having intertwined yourself with this person, because there was toxic energy here. But in your defense, it doesn't look like you knew. Devil in reverse, this person is trying to right the situation at this point and to heal the situation, but it looks like it definitely involves some third-party energy. And they do have regrets for what they've done. Why is the Three of Cups here? Show me the outcome. Show me the outcome between Scorpio and this person. The Queen of Pentacles. Four of Swords reverse. Eight of Swords reverse. So I do see you working, the two of you working this out. If you work together, I feel like that work relationship's still going to remain. I do feel that whatever happened here, both parties regret it. Now, with the Queen of Pentacles here, that would be whoever this person is involved with. They're going to reconcile with that person. And they're going to try to work this out with you in order to free themselves from all this anxiety and chaos that they put themselves in. There was a lot of conflict here. So they are going to try to work that out with you. They will reconcile with the person that they are still in a current commitment with. Now, in your energy, I do feel like a lot of you will talk with this person if they reach out to you. I feel like you're in a very fair energy, but you have learned to put up your boundaries because you were not treated correctly here. And I feel like you will work this out, but you really don't want to talk with this person. You don't want much to do with them. You just want to maintain that, you know, you have your own stability. So I see you doing a lot of self-care. Some of you do have this soulmate that has come back into your energy since all of this happened. And so I do feel like that's going to be very healing for you. But I do feel like you kind of withdrew. You weren't talking with this person. And you were putting up your boundaries here because that's the only way you're going to overcome this injustice that was done. And I do feel like you are showing up here as being very stable. Your money is looking good. And I do feel like you are going to reconcile whatever took place here with this person. So, you know, this looks like they were not very honest with you or the person that they were with. And it threw them into chaos as a result. And they have regrets for that. But it's also unfortunately left you in a situation where you're still trying to heal. If you have met a soulmate or met somebody new, that person is going to be instrumental in helping you to heal from this situation as well. Bottom of the deck is the King of Wands. This is underlying energy, and it tells me that somebody here, King of Wands in reverse can be somebody who's petty, who doesn't take the appropriate actions. They can carry grudges. They're just not a very pleasant individual. And I do feel like, Scorpio, that's who you were dealing with. And they can also be a little bit of a player. King of Wands in reverse can be a little bit of a player. It was a toxic situation that is ending. So I'm glad it's ending. But it feels like this person is ending it because it was costing them in some manner. And they do have regrets. I feel like you are moving towards someone new and someone who is going to be so much better for you. And I do feel like there will be stability in that newer situation. So let's pull some oracles and see if there's any messages for you or the cross watcher. You could be dealing with a Cancer sign. I said Capricorn already. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Very strong Taurus energy is here. The new person could be a Gemini. Doesn't have to be. I'm going to pull one more time. Yeah, well, no oracle cards came out for you guys, so I will have to assume that the message is complete as it is. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Scorpio. If you've resonated with this reading, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Scorpio, know that you are loved, and namaste.